Hey everyone, thanks for watching. This is Hadrian. So I had a bit of technical difficulty with this episode. There was a momentary crash and I was able to pick right back up where I left off. So in a moment, as you're watching the episode, you will see my logo pop back up. My narration will be interrupted. Just go with it. Everything will continue as normal. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Took control of a lot of Seleucid territory. And then I made peace with the Seleucids and I made them a client state. So let's talk about what that means for a moment. Here's our strategic overlay. We have armies all through this area here where we conquered the Seleucid-controlled Turkish peninsula. We now own the future site of Constantinople, which is nice and historically significant. I enjoy that. Our friends, the Trapezoes, kind of helped us push back against the Seleucids in this area. And the Bactrians, looks like, have, and this is my first time noticing this, they have a rather large swath of territory back here. And the Bactrians are, how are they related to me? Let's have a look at that real quick. I'm trading with them, which is good. Trading with a lot of people, in fact. Not trading with the Seleucids because right now they hate me. They hate me thoroughly. But we are now in a position where we can maybe leave a few armies here to defend against any Seleucid aggression. But I want you to take a look at this area here. These are Seleucid-controlled territories, this icon. And then these are Persian-controlled territories, and they're connected to the Seleucids. Now let's actually have a look at their diplomatic connection to the Seleucids. I need to remind myself what's going on here. Okay, yes, the Persians and the Drangiana are client states of us. So the Seleucids are kind of our vassals now, to use some paradox terminology. And the Persians and the Drangiana are sub-vassals. So vassals of vassals. And then it looks like Trapezoes only have that territory that they conquered. I think what we're going to do, also our influence is doing very well. We're back up to 40% because we had an event transpire that helped us to gain some power. Also, I noticed a moment ago when I was booting up the game, yes, Marcus Manlius Paterculus, I really hate to do this to you, but we're going to have to go your wife. Okay. First try. That's always a good thing. She was a problem because she was reducing his gravitas per turn, and we need as much gravitas for our family as possible because, believe it or not, it is the year 34 AD, and we are still trying to establish the actual Roman Empire. This is just one massive republic right now. Carthage is still our buddy. Let's have a look at diplomatic relationships between Carthage and the Turdetani. Because when I say the Turdetani, let's look over here and see what's going on our other borders. The Turdetani control all of that. Just to translate it back down, you can see them here. This is Qartuba. I'll show you Qartuba on the map. There's Qartuba. And then this is Carthaginian territory, as is this, as is this, as is this, and that. This checkered kind of white and crimson. But we are on very, 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 very good terms with them, so I don't suspect they will be a problem for us. And the Turdetani, of course, are on the opposite side. So, point being, I have a few armies kind of on the border looking out for this area just in case, but that's not my focus. Our objective now is we're going to turn our eyes north and start hitting some of these barbarian factions that have arisen in this area. So the Rugii peoples, not the Suebi. Now, let's take a look at the map and get a better idea of who's where. The Suebi I am on pretty good terms with and have been for a while. See, you can see now all the yellow, these are our territories. Blue are allies. And then we're not enemies with anyone. We're not at war with anyone right now. But we're neutral with the Cimmerians. We're neutral with the Rugii. And actually, we control most of this province, Pannonia, that the Rugii inhabit here. So I want to take that from them. So I think what my next goal will be is to kind of surround the Seleucids. And, oh, we've got a slave army up here or not the Seleucids, the Suebians. If I've been saying the Seleucids, I apologize. The Seleucids are down here. The Suebians are up here. we're going to kind of move in here and take control of their territory. We'll also take control of this Rugiai territory as well, and we'll take control probably of Alabu, which is this main area up here. It's just a one territory faction called the Cimbri. So we're going to be kind of expansionist, but we're going to push our borders right up against the Suebi's borders and kind of prevent them from expanding any further and prevent the back and forth that's been going on here for a while. So when we attack the Cimmerians, we're going up against a relatively large territory, but we're bigger than them, so not particularly worried about it. Public order is very good across the empire. Wealth, it's getting there. There are some areas that are very wealthy, but it's continually improving. And then growth, of course, we don't have any growth right now because these areas have been growing for a long time. Whoa. Hang on. I just noticed. Hey, buddy. What are you doing? And how long have you been out there? They're raiding. What that means is they're taking money. And they're also reducing public order. Let's have a look here. Yeah, by 20 in the Celtica province. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So what are we going to do about that? Fufius Caicus. I think he's not a member of my family. Alright. I'm going to have this guy take his army to... Yes, we'll go that way. We're going to bring you all the way to... Wait for him to get there. There he is. And then he's going to come to Namnetum. It'll take him 2 turns to get there. There's the next turn. There's the turn after that. And then we'll have him sail out and take those slaves. Hopefully. That's the plan. Oh! This guy needs to have his administration ability turned on. That'll help us collect more money. Let's cycle through our armies real quick and see where people are. And also, let's take a quick inventory on who belongs to what family. For instance, we have an admiral at Macomades. This is actually our faction leader right here. We just happened to pan to him first. So, Equitius Arvina is our faction leader. He's an admiral in Macomades. I'm going to go ahead and remove him from Macomades because he's no longer needed there. We have complete control of this sea now. I don't really worry. Let's have a quick look and see. Yeah, there are no enemy boats in this area. The only enemy boats that might come to this area now are from up here, or if we somehow go to war against Carthage. So there's this slave army here that I'm going to take care of, but by and large, we control these waters. I'm not worried about it. So we're going to move this guy elsewhere. Actually, as a matter of fact, I can use him to conquer some of those areas I was just talking about. So we're going to tell him to move quickly, and he's going to sail all the way to Flevum, which is going to be several turns. Let's go back and see where he is. So yeah, he is on his way, and he's going to be sailing for several turns. But that's okay. So next one is Pontius Levinus. Who are you? Okay, so this is another fleet. We're going to go ahead and move him up and have him be kind of the vanguard of the future Constantinople. So it's going to take him 3 turns to get there. Minucius Brutus. This is another fleet that is, again, not a member of my family. I'm going to go ahead and leave them in Pella. Just leave them there, because they're close to the action. Alright, that's the guy I just told to move. Okay, so we have a fleet, kind of a damaged fleet, really. Let's see, let's give them some fire ships and some artillery. Hirtius Lucullus. What family do you belong to? Now, just as a bit of a refresher, the reason we're concerned about what family people belong to is that we, our family, the Julia, in order to move towards having more influence and potentially causing a civil war, which we want, is the Julia family needs to be in charge of needs to be in charge of all the major battles that are happening. So we need to make sure that they are. So Pompeius Mamercus. Pompeius Mamercus is an admiral in Alexandria. I will keep him in Alexandria, just as an additional security force. Then we have Potitius Nero. Potitius Nero, the general in Alexandria. He's going to be moved. We'll move him to Petra. Right. Petronius Lepidus, I believe, is a member of my faction. Oh wait, no he's not. Petronius Lepidus is... Okay. So we'll leave him where he is. Pullo Regulus.
At your command.
Alright. So there's a guy in Jerusalem that's also not a member of our family.
Ready for battle.
Gratidius Mergus. Now I think this guy is a member of our family. No. Oh yes, there he is. There he is. So Gratidius Mergus is in Tyros. We're going to go ahead and move him out. Going to move him all the way up to... Let's see. Where do I want you? We're going to have him right here. Lollius Calvinus is down here in Charmuthus. Looks like he has a champion in his army that we can level up. We can level him up to give additional campaign movement, which is what we're going to do. Now, he can also be withdrawn from where he is. So I want to position these armies to sweep in and take rapid control of this Cimmerian territory here. So, Singadun, that's where you're going to go. Now, Antoninus Mergus is the leader of the House of Junia. And we have someone there in Tarsus as well. Alright, we'll leave him there, just because that's a... it's kind of a border territory. It's a good place to be right now. Let me show you why. So all this territory could potentially be problematic, so it's good to have armies in this general area, so they can go this way, that way, that way. It's a good spot where they're not too far north, they're not too far south. So now we have Manlius Paterculus, who is a member of my family, and he is currently... Where are you currently? I have you selected, right? Okay, he's currently in Palmyra. I'm going to take him out of Palmyra. And he will come up here. Legio 1 Italica. I think I've already looked at you, haven't I? Samosata? Yes, already have. Alright, I have a spy near Palmyra that's just sort of guarding things. That's fine. Pompeius Aquilinus. Yes, you are definitely a member of my family, and we need your help.
March until your feet bleed. Then march.
Then march some more. Yes, I know. So we're going to have him be there. There's going to be some very quick territorial movements. Lutatius Libo. Reminds me of the very first faction leader we had. I forget his name, but his Lucius Julius Libo. That was his name. Yes. So he's in our Samosata, and let's... Tell you what.
I don't care how
He is not a member of our family, so I want him kind of guarding things. Let's go ahead and have him in Norea. Let you know where Norea is. Norea is right there. So we're just going to have an army. Right now we have an army heading that direction to take care of the slaves. Norea is kind of a northernmost. It's kind of to have an army preemptively in place in case the Suebians try anything really, really stupid. That's the idea.
At your command for battle.
So we have a lot of armies moving right now. Pullo Regulus, yes, we've already looked at you. Potitius Nero, we've looked at you.
How can I be of assistance?
Okay. Quintius Rullus. He's in Antioch. We'll leave him there. We'll leave him there.
Ready for battle.
My skills are yours.
And we have this spy
Serve only Rome. Can I be
running a
of
counterintelligence
assistance?
network. Same with that one.
In Rome's
Spies that run counterintelligence will slowly level up every single turn
at your
that they have,
service.
which is a good thing. So now we have some armies over here. Sextilius Structus is, I believe, yes, he's a member of my family. I'm going to go ahead and pull him from the Carthaginian border. Because frankly, I trust the Carthaginians. I don't think they're going to go crazy, do anything, and we need as many of my family members as possible to be involved in this war on this side. So we're going to move him to Segestica. That'll take a couple turns for him to get there. And then we have Balventius Brutus, who is not a member of my family. I think that's everyone. All right, cool. So that's a review of our forces. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Oh, wait. Somebody still has an unassigned skill. Who has an unassigned skill? Quintus Amatius of Sella. Oh, yes. This is our administrator down in Alexandria. He's helping us get more money. So we gave him the dignitary skill. Now let's end the turn and see what happens. One thing you notice at this... Whoa! Sorry for the brief interruption there. The game just crashed out momentarily. It's never happened before. I did update Windows to the new version of Windows 10 a few days ago. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. But it appears that everything that I just did was saved as of the moment I hit end turn, which is good. So we are going to just continue. Like so. Now what I was about to say before the game did that was you might have noticed.
My people are proud.
Bactrians,
as
you're
are
interrupting
yours.
me.
But pride
What a
does
non-aggression
not
pact?
stop a man
I
having
will not
friends.
pay you for it. Good! Alright. What I was about to say is that you might have noticed there are just fewer...
The love of gold can stir evil in men.
No. All these non-aggression pacts. They see the Roman Empire or the Roman Republic is getting really, really powerful. I'm sneezing on air now. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's dustier at my place. Anyway. If I can just stay focused on this sentence, everything will be alright. So, what I was going to say is you might notice there are fewer factions now. There's fewer factions as I end the turn every time. You don't have to wait on as many factions, which will be nice going forward because it means the length between turns actually shortens. So what's happened here? This diligent man has a wealth of experience and continues to hone his abilities. Food shortage. That could be... Right, my spy leveled up. One of my patricians leveled up. Alright, good.
At your command. Ready for orders.
Manlius Paterculus, where were you going?
Commander.
I think Manlius was going to... This is what happens sometimes when these units run into each other.
Ready
I think
for
Manlius was going up here.
your command. Commander.
So, yes, there are just generally fewer factions to worry about, which is always a good thing.
Ready for orders. Hunger for battle.
Alright, so we're still at 40% influence. Can we promote anybody? Oh yes, let's resolve our food shortage problem. You defined a territory that is both negative in food and negative in income. So join me and look on the bottom left. Or we could just take care of that province and that would solve it. Ah, there we go. That wasn't helping me that much. Okay. So that solves the food shortage. We now have an army up here that we want to move to and meet him. Oh, looks like the slave army is moving as well. So let's try and follow them.
Commander. Advance.
We'll have them right here.
Is that all? Ready for orders. Battle. Ready for battle.
I live to serve Rome.
Right. Oh yes, all those characters leveled up. I'm distracted after that weird crash. I apologize, everybody. So,
And words are yours.
Commander.
additional movement range for the general is always a good thing. Now let's end the turn. So our income, you're going to notice, is going to slowly tick upward. These are our moving armies. Mostly our family members who are getting ready to participate in our new war that we haven't launched yet. We're not at war with anyone. It's great. Ah! That guy got blocked. These guys have red skulls over their heads because of the food shortage, but I did resolve that issue. Alright, so he didn't get blocked. Frustrating thing about when the units run into each other that way, they fixed it in Total War Attila, but when the units run into each other, you kind of forget where you were going to send people, and so you have to think for a minute, like, well, where was this person going? What I might do is just leave people where they are. And then see where the ones that are still moving end up. That's one strategy. Attrition report on account of the food shortage. Another food shortage? How? Oh, these buildings are finishing their upgrades. That's what's happening. And so the dynamics throughout the land are changing. Let's see. Who can we afford to cut off? But we can definitely cut them off. Wow. Okay, so that might have fixed our food shortage problem. For the last time... Alright, so this person is still moving. I've got to go through my armies now. Oh, yes. This person was going to be... where? So we have Numerius Lepidus in Petra. Not a member of my family. We'll move this guy that's in Jerusalem to Tyros, and we'll move this guy to Jerusalem. So we still have a pretty decent complement of armies guarding these cities. We've got armies. Let me show you what's happening here. Army, 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 army. And we have a fleet in Alexandria. So there's a pretty good contingent blocking everything. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode here just because on account of what just happened, I restarted my timer and I'm really not even sure how far in I am. That crash really threw me off. But we'll jump right back in momentarily. Well, for you people that are watching daily, jump back in tomorrow. But anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll continue to get ready to take over. Is it the Cimmerians? Yes, the Cimmerians. Not Sumerians, the Cimmerians. In this area here. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit.